you'd be forgiven for thinking the blue-tongued lizard's main source of food is popsicles, slushies, and whole communities of smurfs. But actually, the blue color comes from collagen fibers that reflect blue light, creating that striking blue hue, which would look great in a line of wigs, by the way. Common predators of blue-tongued lizards are snakes like the eastern brown snake and red-bellied black snake, and birds like kookaburras, who pretty much find everything hilarious. When facing a predator, the blue-tongued lizard will open its mouth wide, showing off its bright blue tongue, which is a striking contrast to its pink mouth. What blue tongues don't realize is that other animals probably fearfully run away due to the offensive blue-pink color combo, which is so spring of 1984. When threatened, blue-tongued lizards also try to make like their ancestors, the puffer jacket, and puff up their bodies and hiss, making themselves look bigger and more intimidating than they actually are. In a sticky situation, like most lizards, blue-tongued lizards can also completely detach their tails from their bodies, a process known as autotomy. You might be wondering what the endgame is of deliberately losing a body part, because it's not something that seems immediately helpful or joyous. Well, when any lizard drops its tail, the severed tail continues to wriggle. The predator then attacks or remains attached to the wriggling tail, thinking it's snaffled the entire lizard. This gives the blue-tongued lizard a chance to escape, while whispering, "Ha-ha, sucker!" If you're wondering if you could implement it in your own daily life by casually dropping an arm or leg while talking to someone really boring at a party, think again. Blue-tongued lizards have special fracture planes in their tail vertebrae, which are weak points where the tail can easily break off. These fracture planes allow the tail to break with minimal damage to the rest of the body, and it's often followed by muscular contractions that help to seal blood vessels, minimizing blood loss. Inspired by Doctor Who, the blue-tongue's tail can regenerate, but the regrown tail usually consists of cartilage rather than bone, and may even be a different color and texture, as you can see on this gecko, which is a different type of lizard. The key takeaway here is don't detach your limbs at a party. It won't grow back and you'll probably die of blood loss. Blue-tongued lizards are the largest members of the skink family, which is why they're also known as blue-tongued skinks. Skinks have overlapping scales that are usually smooth and contain small plates of bone. Blue-tongued lizards are omnivorous, which means they dine on both plants and animals, like insects, snails, flowers, and fruits. They're not fussy eaters, but they do find the options at Subway fairly limiting and skewed to those who like sweet onion teriyaki sauce. Blue-tongued lizards have strong jaw muscles, which are great for crushing beetles and snails. They sometimes also eat small mammals like mice and birds and even other small lizards. But they're slow-moving animals, so you won't find them hunting down cheetahs or Usain Bolt, or even a herd of particularly sluggish senior citizens. Blue-tongued lizards have a cool organ that helps them hunt down prey, though. It's an organ called a Jacobson's organ on the roof of their mouth. Yes, who knew an organ could sound so likable and handsome? Jakey helps them sense chemicals that are emitted by insects and other types of prey. Blue-tongued lizards are primarily found in Australia and New Guinea and have adapted to a range of environments, including forests, grasslands, and suburban backyards. In backyards, they find refuge under rocks and logs, in burrows, under houses, and in sheds. They live alone for most of the year, so generally don't feel the need to buy a stack of furniture and aren't that great at transporting whole lounges anyway. Between September and November, males leave their territory in search of a mate and can travel several blocks to find females to be romantic with. They'd like to point out that it wouldn't kill the females to maybe get an Uber over to them every once in a while. The females would like to point out that they're the ones who are bare-toed and pregnant for 3 to 5 months. And they don't see the males running out at 3 a.m. when they get cravings for escargot. The females would also like to point out that they're ovoviviparous, which means that they give birth to young that's alive, rather than laying eggs, and they can have 5 to 25 in one litter. So yeah, walking a measly few blocks is getting off easy. The males would like to point out that our young lizards are born completely self-sufficient, and only hang around you for a few days before going off on their own, so nag one of your numerous kids, not me, to get you glorified slugs at 3 a.m. When they're not arguing, blue-tongued lizards grow up to 60 centimeters or 24 inches in length and have a robust, elongated body with smooth, glossy scales. Their body isn't as bright as their tongue, usually ranging from gray to brown with darker bands or blotches. Blue-tongued lizards can start breeding when they are 4 years old, and they can typically live for up to 20 years in the wild. The males would like to point out that's a lot of blocks to walk over the course of a lifetime on tiny little legs. Blue-tongued lizards communicate and mark their territory using scent glands located on their tails. When another blue-tongued lizard smells these scent markers, they can recognize that the area is already claimed by another blue tongue and knows not to encroach. This advanced scent system helps to reduce territorial disputes, which, let's face it, can get both ugly and expensive if it goes to court. Blue-tongued lizards aren't venomous, but they can definitely give a nasty bite. So if you see them in your backyard, it's important to admire them from afar and not pick them up, or force them to be your pickleball partner. The link to your free 3 printable bookmarks is below. Grab them for yourself or as a gift for a lizard lover. What are your thoughts on blue-tongued lizards? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this content, please like or love the video, subscribe, follow, sing, dance, and be merry. Most animals, just like cats and dogs, have wonderful personalities, feel emotions such as sadness and fear, and experience pain. Join us in being curious, being kind, and especially being compassionate to them.